Hi guys, it's Caitlin for Fluent in 3 Months, and today let's learn how to say goodbye in Japanese. So you may think you already know how to say goodbye in Japanese. Most people have heard in Hollywood movies, sayonara, right? Or in the more Americanized way to say it, sayonara. But sayonara doesn't really mean goodbye in Japanese. It is incredibly formal and it's usually to say goodbye forever. First up, じゃあね. The most common natural way to say goodbye in Japanese is to say じゃあね. じゃあね means see ya or see you later. It's very casual, so you'll only say it to friends and family, but if you think about it, most of the time when you say goodbye, you're actually saying it casually to friends and family. When you need to say goodbye in a formal situation, you normally say something a little bit more. Like when you're leaving work for the day, you'll say, I'm clocking out now. So make sure you only say this to people who are in the same social circle as you, but it is the most common natural way to say goodbye in Japanese. Bye bye. Bye bye. That's the cute way to say goodbye in Japanese. It's usually only said by women or girls, and it's meant to sound very kawaii. So you definitely have to say it with that kind of inflection. Bye bye. Mata ne. Mata ne means see you later. It's literally just later. Again, it's very casual, so you'll only say it with friends and family, but it is probably just as common as jane to say. So make sure you memorize this one because you'll hear it a lot. Mata ne. Until next time. See you next time. See you later. It has all those meanings. You might also hear sometimes dewa mata ne, which just means until next time, but either way, both work. Mata ashita. Mata ashita means see you tomorrow. And you can change the word ashita for tomorrow to any other time when you might see someone. So if you're going to see them next week and you want to say see you next week, you can say mata raishu. Raishu means next week. Like I said, you can use this with any day. You could use it with see you Monday even. Mata getsuyobi. So whatever day you're going to see them, you just change ashita to the time when you're going to see them, and you say mata ashita, mata raishu, mata getsuyobi. Itte kimasu. So we learned some of the ways to say goodbye that translate very naturally into English, and that can be used in many situations, right? But in Japanese, there are many specific set phrases for certain instances when you're leaving. That could be leaving your home, your work, specifically saying goodbye to your boss, to a client, things like that. So goodbye is not always a set thing in Japanese like it is in English. Itte kimasu is one of those examples. So itte kimasu means I'm going, and you say that when you're leaving your house. So whenever you're running out the door, you say itte kimasu to everyone who's still at home, and then they'll reply itte rashai. Itte rashai means go and come back safely. Osaki ni shitsureshimasu. Osaki ni shitsureshimasu means excuse me for leaving before you. This is what you say when you're leaving the office. If you're leaving before other people, even if the work is already done, you'll say osaki ni shitsureshimasu to say I'm sorry for leaving before you and leaving you to finish the work. No matter if you finished the job already, you have nothing left to do, if anyone is still at work, this is just the polite phrase to say. And if you're talking to a coworker, you can follow it up with じゃあね or またね or また明日 to kind of make it more casual when you're talking to them. お疲れ様でした. お疲れ様でした means thank you for your hard work. It stems from the word 疲れた, which literally means tired. So when you're saying this to someone, you're saying you must be tired, and it's just a nice way to say thank you for all your hard work today. It must have worn you out. You worked hard. Good job. So when someone says osaki ni shitsureshimasu, the reply is otsukaresama deshita. There are so many ways to use otsukaresama deshita and its casual form otsukare. But this is the main one for when you are leaving the office or someone else is leaving the office to say goodbye. OSEWA ni narimasu. OSEWA ni narimasu means thank you for everything. And this is the polite way to say thank you when someone has really helped you out with a big task that day at work. So you might say this to a coworker, OSEWA ni narimasu. You can also say it in past tense, o sewa ni narimashita, to say thank you for everything you did today, in past tense. This is the polite way to thank someone for helping you at work. But if you're talking to a client, you have to make it even more polite. You have to use what's called humble speech, and in that case, it is o sewa ni natte orimasu. Orimasu is the humble version. So, o sewa ni natte orimasu. Kiyotsukete. Kiyotsukete in Japanese is really common. It's a polite way to say take care or be safe going home. It's a little bit on the formal side, but it's still okay even to say to your friends and family, especially if you know that like they're traveling home or it's late at night. You might say kiyotsukete. You'll also say this to someone who needs to rest. Like if they're really tired, they worked very hard, you can tell they're really fatigued. You might say kiyotsukete, which means be careful, go home, take care, go rest. O-GENKI de. O-GENKI de means stay well or all the best. It's a polite way to say goodbye, and it's more formal. You'll probably say this more to acquaintances than you would to friends and family, but let's say you're talking to your language exchange partner and you know you're not going to talk to them for a couple of weeks. Maybe it's the holidays, they're going on vacation, whatever the reason, you're not going to see them for a couple of weeks. So you might say to them, O-GENKI de, which means, you know, take care, all the best, have a great vacation. It's kind of like a polite way to say goodbye when you're not going to see someone in the immediate future. ODAIJI ni. ODAIJI ni means get well soon. This is what you'll say to someone who is leaving for the day, who is kind of under the weather, they're not feeling good, or even if you talk to them on the phone, you can say this, ODAIJI ni, to say goodbye. Also, if you go to the doctor, you'll hear the doctor say this to you when you go to leave. OJAMA shimashita. OJAMA shimashita means thank you for having me over. Now, when you go over to someone's house in Japan, you always say, "Ojama shimasu." That just means, I'm sorry to bother you. Even if they're expecting your visit, you still want to say that when you enter their home. It's just a polite thing to say. It actually means like you're a bother or I'm sorry for intruding. But you'll always say this when you enter the home. So then when you leave, you'll say in past tense, "Ojama shimashita." And that just means, I'm sorry for having bothered you, or thank you for having me over. Remember this to really impress your Japanese friend, because that is a very polite phrase to say to your friends when you go over, and it'll really impress them, because not a lot of textbooks teach that actually, and I don't know why, because it's a really important phrase to know. SARABA, or SAYOUNARA. So we talked about at the beginning of this video how SAYOUNARA doesn't actually mean goodbye, even though it's translated as that from Japanese to English. SARABA actually means farewell, but what the Japanese usually say as farewell is sayonara. Be careful to say this the right way if you are going to say it. It's not sayonara like we say in the very heavy American accent. It's sayonara. It has a long O in the middle. Sayonara. So sayonara is so formal because it's literally saying goodbye forever. Usually the only time you'll hear this is like at funerals or if someone's moving far away and you're probably never going to see them again. It's a very heavy phrase. It leaves a feeling of sadness, so if you use this casually with everyone to say goodbye, you'll kind of leave them confused because it is so heavy. And a lot of Japanese people don't like saying this word at all, even in those heavy situations. So about the only time you'll hear this is in the movies, when someone has passed away, someone is leaving. Sometimes in anime, when there's a very heavy farewell. But again, it really has that connotation of farewell, so be careful how you use it. And lastly, Tanoshinde ne. Tanoshinde ne means have a good day or have fun. It's a very casual, nice way to say goodbye, just like you would in English. Have a good day. Tanoshinde ne. So whenever you're ready to say goodbye, you can use one of these Japanese phrases to say goodbye the right way. The actual, natural Japanese way. Now you know. It's not sayonara. It is ja ne, mata ne, tanoshinde ne. Which one will you use to say goodbye today? Why don't you practice it out? Alright, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for joining me. If you are on the Fluent in 3 Months website, make sure to read the rest of the article because there's more tips and info below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel because we've got new language learning content all the time coming for you to teach you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave me some comments, let me know what else you'd like to see. I'd love to hear it. Alright, mata ne!